Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I'd be able to deliver our best videos to your inbox on a daily basis, every watch and every minute right here on Watchbox Reviews. If you like the watches, and it's hard not to, you can see them in high-res images with their full box papers and accessory set and complete pricing on our website, thewatchbox.com, where our pre-owned and vintage luxury watch collection lives 24 hours a day. Check out thewatchbox.com to buy, trade, or sell luxury watches. Today, the beast is back. We are discussing the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Compressor Extreme Lab 2. I was shocked to discover that not only have I never showcased this watch on its rubber strap, I've never showcased this particular variant of the watch on Watchbox Reviews. So I'm going to right two wrongs today. I'm going to show you the watch on the rubber strap, I'm going to show you how you swap it out to the leather strap, and we're going to do a full rundown of the original ceramic and grade 5 titanium Master Compressor Extreme Lab 2. So the watch you see on my wrist was first teased at SIHH in 2010, but it didn't become available for purchase until 2014 when deliveries started. So it took the might of Jaeger-LeCoultre and somewhere between 1,200 and 1,500 people working in those buildings in Le Sentier to make this engineering marvel a fact for the consumer. 4 long years of research and development. So what did they achieve? Well, this 300-piece limited edition is remarkably easy to wear. For a watch that measures 46.8 millimeters across the round of the case, not including crown or chronograph pushers, it sits easily on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. I'll try to give you a profile shot, but I'm not doing justice because I'm sitting behind the camera as I do it. But I can tell you, the watch sits securely and it is comfortable. There will be a 2-week long-term review of this watch on our channel in the near future, so stay tuned for that. For now, I can tell you that the case is big, but it's fairly compact lug-to-lug at 53.5 millimeters. If you can wear a 44 millimeter Betterini case Panerai Luminor, you can wear this. Think of the weight of titanium in a Panerai Luminor, and you get a general sense of the heft of this watch on the wrist. It is thick, there's no getting around that. 16.2 millimeters thick, and you can see the share side is rather difficult for any sleeve to surmount, though you should be okay with a sport jacket cuff or a loose sweater. This is a watch that features a number of ergonomic measures that are designed to accommodate smaller wrists. So first, there's the lightness of the material used. Second, there's the short lug-to-lug dimension. As you can see, it doesn't overlap the edges of my 16 centimeter wrist. I believe you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 15 centimeters. The other feature that's worthy of mention is that there is a slight camber to the case back. It is actually curved. Think something like a Franck Muller Casablanca, the classical curved tonneau shape, and you get a sense of how this is contoured, a little bit like a Richard Mille tonneau as well. Now the lugs themselves, listen up, feature a ratcheting articulation, so several degrees of articulation, each with a ratcheting stop to help the watch sit securely and conform to your wrist. The rubber strap is the option rarely seen online. Typically these watches are displayed with the upscale and land-loving hybrid rubber and leather strap. The full rubber is rarely seen, but you can see it's quite handsome, and JLC is smart. They evacuate portions on the side, and they evacuate a little bit of a pocket underneath to make the strap more flexible and pliant than its massive profile would suggest. There are character lines and textures molded in to show the level of attention to detail. You can see a beveled flank, you can see a striation pattern across the top, you can see that there's actually a texturing, a slight pebbly texture, leading down to the double Ardillon pin buckle. Now this is a system that's designed to ensure, yes, precise fit, and yes, secure fit, but also ease of removal. You can take the pin off with its quick release system and immediately swap it over to the leather strap and vice versa. So a lot of intelligence goes into the design of this titanium piece, and you can see there is a cam that essentially lets you engage and disengage the long and short adjustment system. And by doing so, you can size for long or short fit. You can also quickly remove the buckle. Now, moving back to the case, I want to show you what I mean when I say remove the buckle. There is an accessory strap, and just as you can pop that €4 figure pin buckle off, that yes, it costs 4 figures in euros, it's that sophisticated, so too can you quickly and easily dismount the strap. There's a shutter system built into both sides of the watch that allows you to quickly and easily remove the proprietary strap. So the system is very very flexible, and if you look at the actual distance across the case back, you can see how compact it really is. It's probably underneath 45 millimeters truly end to end when you remove the strap. Now it's important to note that the other strap fits just as easily. You do have to compress the spring bars, so let me demonstrate how that works. And then you just pop it in like that. And just as surely as we removed the strap, we refit the strap. Folks will say it's difficult to do. You have to compress the spring bars laterally inward when you fit that strap. A watch that is simply groaning with features, but the one that stands out is the one that is the crowd pleaser, and that's the digital chronograph minutes display. I have it ready to roll over. Let's see what this is all about. There's nothing more gratifying than a double roll when you're trying to teach your non-watch fanatic friends why you're into this kind of stuff. Watching it roll from, for example, 59 to double aught, or from 19 to 20 is the stuff of dreams for mechanical watch enthusiasts. You'll also note that the watch features an unconventional case construction, all of grade 5 titanium with a few rubber accents and a ceramic bezel. It's designed to be tough, light, and shock resistant, as there's effectively a titanium inner canister that isolates the movement from shock. The case itself features a combination of satin and polished elements. Grade 5 titanium is very scratch resistant, but almost all of the contact points are protected either by rubber, ceramic, or in the case of the crown shoulder, circumferential ceramic and then flanking rubber shear guards for the chronograph pushers. You will note that the watch features a ceramic bezel with a little bit of texturing. It's a sort of circular gadron pattern that you won't see on the later blue titanium variants. So this is unique to the first generation Compressor Extreme Lab 2s that came out in 2014, both the rose gold and the grade 5 tie with red accents. Now moving in closer, because we can get closer, I need to highlight some of the functional features of the watch. Uniquely, you have that 60-minute register for minutes, but you also have a 24-hour register for the chronograph hours, so you can actually measure between 0 and 24 hours using the chronograph, and that's a feature that's rarely afforded to chronograph enthusiasts and chronograph users. Generally, it's a minutes register and at most 12 hours. You'll also note that there is a 24-hour subdial at 6 o'clock. That is the AM/PM indicator for the stub GMT hand, because the watch does have a second time zone. You'll also note that there's a very discrete skeletonized date, but it is present, and the crown itself is reliant on this hacking lever at 9 o'clock. You can see how I activate the hacking lever and it stops everything, because the crown can't perform the hacking function as it doesn't pull out or push down. Instead, there's actually a coaxial pusher inside the shouldered guard for the crown, and that pusher activates a system that allows setting of the local hour independently of the GMT hand, setting of all indications in sync, and neutral is the winding position. We may as well add a little bit more light to make this easier to see, but neutral is the winding position. I'll show you that one more time. There is a bridge that acts as a window for the function that's selected between neutral, which is winding, and then there are GMT and setting functions. Of course, you have all of that courtesy of a second column wheel in the watch. There's one for the chronograph, one for the multifunction crown. And of course, because it does feature a stub hand, if you wished, for example, to hide that second time zone, you can clean up the dial when you don't need it. The watch does feature a spectacular ruthenium coated set of bridges that allow you to look onto the dial side of the caliber 780, and it is extraordinary to see. But there's something that's hidden in plain sight that I should have explained right off the bat, and that is the radial power reserve scale. It runs from 9 o'clock all the way over to 3, and when you put the watch in winding mode, function selector to neutral, you'll note how the power reserve scale radially changes from red to white as I wind the watch towards its maximum power reserve of 60 hours. And you will see that red, watch the top of the dial, becomes white as I wind the watch manually or the watch winds itself automatically. The dial is loomed, there will be a loom shot, so stay tuned. Turn the watch over, we'll keep that digital chronograph running, and you can see there is a lot to enjoy. First and foremost, a unique winding mass. You can see it's a tri-spoke, industrial in its aesthetic, but the winding mass itself is made of platinum. Therefore, the watch has an extraordinary moment of inertia about its winding mass that's compounded in terms of efficiency by a unidirectional winding system, which is proved in practice to be more efficient than bidirectional, and ceramic bearings which operate unlubricated for long-wearing durability as well as high efficiency. Turn the movement over, and now you can see, by the way, this movement 9 millimeters thick. You peer into it like God glancing down on the canopy of a jungle. Full balance bridge here, rarely seen on JLC movements, with a free-sprung index for shock resistance. The balance beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. You'll note that the watch features a polished column wheel. I'll try to get the winding mass out of the way so you can enjoy the function of the column wheel. One of two in this movement. 569 parts with 70 joules. It provides all of the functions we've just seen. It's water resistant to 100 meters thanks to the case's advanced seals, despite the lack of a screw-down crown. Highly shock resistant, efficient winding, 60-hour power reserve. It also features a vertical clutch mechanism for the chronograph. So in addition to the column wheel function selector, there is a vertical clutch that engages the system without any jump or stagger. And because the vertical clutch doesn't impart any additional wear and tear to the watch, you can simply leave the watch running full time if you prefer to have constant seconds at center. The watch is simply groaning with advanced features and sophisticated refinements. This is a watch that hits on all cylinders. A big watch for small wrists, a complicated watch for those who really wish to compromise in no fashion. Brand, pedigree, heritage, finish, complexity. You can have complexity with all of the aforementioned, and exclusivity. As if you were to take all of the Extreme Lab 2 variants made since 2014, they would add up to just a little bit less than 1,000. This is a watch that hits on all cylinders. It can do so on your wrist, on our website. And we're back with the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Compressor Extreme Lab 2. It is a combination of colors, tones, and textures by day, but beautiful and blue by night. So I have had some questions asked in the past, is the watch easier to wear on a small wrist on the leather strap or the rubber strap? And I can tell you unequivocally on the rubber strap. So if your wrist is small like mine, 14 centimeters to 16 and a half, put it on the rubber strap and forget about it. It's black, it's discreet, it's handsome enough to wear anywhere you'd wear the leather, and this isn't a discreet dress watch in any case. Just throw it on the rubber strap and be ready to jump with abandon into the surf or the pool this summer. See it on the watch box.